Welcome back, viewers. Now, of course, if there is one thing that unifies all of Italy and is a cornerstone of their cooking, it would be?
Polenta.
Polenta. Polentoni, as we are all known from the north. And I think that that is a fitting way to finish our show, because polenta and baccalà, the synergy there is amazing, correct?
It's amazing, yeah. We got to say in Italy.
What's that?
Where I come from.
Yeah.
And if the lake, if the lago fosse de Poggio, il baldo de polenta, or mamma che pocciade. That is mean if the Garda lake was made out of cooking juices.
So Lake Garda, which is to the west of the Verona region, yeah?
Yeah, and the baldo mountain was made out of polenta. We'd be there like, you know, eating up.
Yeah, because that's the toccio and polenta, there.
Yeah,
Yummy.
exactly.
Well, now I'm going to ask you, do you like yellow or white?
I've been always using yellow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the difference between you and I. We're 50-50s in Vicenza. 50-50. All right, now what are the principal ingredients to making this last dish?
Well, obviously polenta.
Polenta.
White and yellow.
White and yellow.
Stage.
Yes. All right.
Milk and water.
Now, that's another interesting thing, because you know that in Venice, they only ever usually use water, but of course in Vicenza and Verona they use milk and water, which is you get a more delicate, a richer product, yeah?
And at the end of it, we're going to add in some couple of noble butter when it's ready.
Just to
obviously salt and pepper. And
that's
maybe
doing
mantecare,
isn't it? It's all about mantecaring.
Is
that a good word?
Make it creamy.
All right, no worries. Okay, and also the one thing I do know is that you need to always salt your water when you're making polenta, because the starches absorb the salt much better in the liquid form than when it gets nice and hard. Did you know that?
Yes.
You did? You learned that at cooking school? Did you go to school in Italy?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
For 5 years.
Yeah,
on
the
the
Scuola
lake,
Brighiera. That's a hard word. Yes, that's a training that a lot of the Italian chefs do get. So they learn to always salt the water, whether it's polenta, whether it's pasta, whether it's anything, yes?
Yeah.
Bene. Ok, allora, incominciamo?
Yeah.
Ok. Allora, Mirco, the first step into making this polenta?
The first step is to put the milk and the water with the salt in the pot.
50-50?
50-50.
All right.
Just a nice pinch of salt, as we said before.
Yes.
And bring it up to the boil. When they're up to the boil, then we're gonna start to add in our two polenta, white and yellow.
With the whisk.
With the whisk.
That's the important bit, because you don't want any lumps in the cornmeal. That's the important. That's when you're not going to get. That's when you're going to get rid of the lumps, and you've got to whisk fairly briskly.
Fairly quick, yeah. And until all the polenta is in. And when all the polenta is in, we give it a last stir with the whisk to break down the last bits and pieces.
Yes.
And then from the whisk, when all the polenta is in, it starts thickening up.
Yes.
We pass to the wooden spoon.
Yes, that's the thing, because you've got the whisk breaks down the lumps and amalgamates, and then the wooden spoon is to stop it catching on the bottom. Exactly. Of course, in the old days, you know that they used to use the paiolo, which was a copper-based, and it was thick, and it was so that it wouldn't stick. Because the important thing about polenta is you've got to cook it out, so it's cooked through. It's got to be like a steady stream. All the granules are not to be separated, but they're like amalgamated. Yeah, really like porridge in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a lava.
Like a lava, yes.
If you want to put it like that.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, actually. And of course, if you have your heat up too high, you're going to get very dangerous bubbles blowing out of the...
really, really hot as well.
Yeah, and that means that your heat's up far too high. And the important thing is you've got to cook it for at least an hour.
Yeah, at least an hour and a half, I would say. Caterina, now then our polenta is ready, after that it's been cooked an hour and a half. We go our baccalà, then we cook earlier in the program, and now we're just going to pass on the plate up.
All right. So now, do the Italians always put polenta on the flat plate?
Oh,
that's a good question.
My mum does.
Yes, because it should spread.
Because as well, I think it's on a certain point of view, then when it's spread out, it cools down easier.
Yes.
So when you get to eat it,
instead,
then if it's on a bowl and it's all balled up, it's going to be really hot.
Absolutely. All right.
Anyway, and let's go now on the plate up. So what we're going to do, we're going to put our polenta at the bottom of the plate.
Yep.
I'm using a spoon with a bit of hot water so it doesn't stick.
Ah, you see, these are all the tricks of the trade.
We're going to put that on there.
Ah, perfetto, look at that. That is nearly white polenta. You've stolen it from us, haven't you?
Oh.
There we go. All right, lovely.
Here we are. then we pop a little hole in there where we're going to put our bacala. I grab the bacala, then we cook earlier in the program.
So you can see the versatility of this dish.
And we just pop it right at the top.
Oh, that looks like one of those cookies. You know, they have the chocolate centre. It's gorgeous.
And we're going to finish this with just a bit of shaved parmesan.
Now that's not something your mother would do at home, is it? She'd always grate it.
She always grate it, but I like shave it.
Okay.
That's
your London training.
And we finish it off with just a bit of extra virgin olive oil. That's all. And then we go our bacala
e cremodi.
Polenta bacala.
Well, viewers, I hope you have enjoyed this program as much as I have, because being a Veneto, just like you, polenta and bacala and pasta is so much part of my life, you know. Now, Michelle, I'm going to ask you, how do you think that bacala is received in this country? Because, you know, like 25 years ago, you would never have seen it on a menu.
No, you wouldn't have. I think these days people are starting to accept it a lot more because you see it a lot more on menus that are out there.
And it's a bit more user-friendly too, because I was telling you that the dried bacala that the northerners would use, of course, is simply not user-friendly, not in terms of restaurants. Maybe at home, at Easter, you've got the 7 days to play around with it, but it's obviously sold in an easier form these days, already pre-soaked. And then you've just got to get rid of the salt for a couple of days or a couple of hours even.
A couple of hours probably, yeah.
A couple of hours, yeah. And what do you think? What would you say to our local public here in terms of bringing these recipes from Italy?
Eat more bacala, it's good for you.
Eat more bacala, it's good for you. Mirco, I hope you come back and visit us again soon.
Will, definitely.
Thank you so much for your expertise and lovely stories.
Thank you.
Michelle, you know you still reign supreme for me.